So close to the finish line now, just 9 more rounds to go, and we've got the latest of them for you on the J1 League GOALZONE Show. Teams were back on the pitch after just 2 days. Kawasaki, on a tear at the moment, were at home to play Consadole Sapporo. Time to split the Osaka city once more, local bragging honours up for grabs between Cerezo and Gamba. Only 6 matches this round, with the game between Sendai and Kashima postponed after COVID-19 cases were confirmed in the Vissel camp. In contention for a Champions League berth, Nagoya had put themselves in a good position with a win over Kashima a few days earlier. The same couldn't be said for their opponent Sagan though, parked at the other end of the table, winless in 8. Sagan Tossu's Riki Harakawa had the best of the early chances, but blazed that one over the distance. Moments later, Sagan Tossu's Yohei Toyoda brings the ball down nicely on his chest, but rather scuffs his finish. Intricate play on the edge of the box at the other end of the field, but a first-time strike from Mateus just off the mark. Having whet his appetite earlier, Toyoda tried again, this time from outside the box. Langerak manages to parry the effort though. Good link-up play from Nagoya in the 44th minute. Naoki Maeda with the volley, but turned away by Park Il-gu. Here we are in the 6th minute of time added on for first half stoppages. Mateus with the stinging free kick, punched away by the goalkeeper. 0-0 at the half. Just after the hour mark, Daichi Hayashi runs onto a through ball. With a teammate to his right, he goes for the shot, but couldn't hit the target. 6 minutes later, at the other end of the field, Mateus, who's having a fine season, pushes the ball to his left, makes the situation a little tight, but still manages to get his shot away. This one would end goalless, but a little bit of controversy 6 minutes before the final whistle. Gabriel Xavier given a red card after backheeling Ayumu Ohata in the ribcage. With one hand already on the trophy, Kawasaki had shown no vulnerability in their stride to the title this season. Consecutive win number 13 beckoned, and the visiting Sapporo side could only hope for a less painful result than their 6-1 thrashing when they last met. Here's Patrick Kinghorn.
Lucas Fernandez comes through, break off to give you an early chance here because Chanatip's onside, he has to score, straight at the keeper, saved by Jung Seung Rong. And a nervy moment early on for Frontale. Chanatip really should have scored there. All over the top, no offside flag here. Chanatip waits in the middle, gets it to Lucas now, surely, and again straight at the keeper. Unsure defensive header from Taniguchi. Lucas Fernandez, you've got 2 goals this season, that really should have been number 3. Ijamane, to the left it goes, and there's plenty of blue shirts in the box this time. Frontale have been under the pump for the first part of this half, but they get their first shot away. Sagano gathers, not the cleanest strike from Manabu Saito there. It's open and attractive this. Might be a slightly different story if there was relegation from J1 this season, because Sapporo would still be looking over their shoulders somewhat anxiously. Kim Min-tae sees Fukumori in a bit of space. Fukumori picks a perfect pass. Arano nearly gets on the end of it and stopping the own goal. Jung Seung Ryong with a fine save. If there's a better long ball passer in J1 than Akito Fukumori, I've not seen them. Look at this for a ball through. Arano tries to get a foot on it, and it's the head of Taniguchi that eventually gets the telling contact. It bounces into the ground, but Jung Seung Rong nonetheless comes up with an important save. Oh, lovely, good play, won it, gets it to Douglas. Is this another goal for Douglas? It is! Wonderful steal, a goal out of nothing for Consadole Sapporo, and they deserve the lead. Anderson Lopez only been on the pitch for a couple of minutes, probably less, maybe only 60 seconds. He'll get the credit for the goal. That man will look like a genius for the substitution, and that was all about the hustle to win possession out of nothing. Lovely work, through ball to Anderson Lopez, and his finish was absolutely first class. Jung Rong, no chance. Anderson Lopez with his 6th goal of the season, and now he is the outright leading goal scorer for Sapporo this season, finally overtaking Mushisashi Suzuki. And that was a goal inside of 80 seconds from him coming on the pitch. Arano getting involved, and Anderson Lopez is away again. Douglas to the left, Arano to the right. He goes to Douglas, and Arano surely for 2-0! Sapporo are tearing Frontale to shreds in this second stanza all of a sudden. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Anderson Lopez at the forefront of it again. Pass it to the left to Douglas. He squared it to give Arano the most simple of finishes. Arano's 5th of the campaign, and again it came from great hustle in midfield from Arano this time. Anderson Lopez sent it to Douglas, and Douglas, that was meant to go into the path of Arano. I don't think it was a shot, and Arano with a simple finish. Back to Noborozito. Still only 4 shots on goal for the game, but this is going to be number 5, and it could come right back in it. No. Sagan stands up well. Matoma threads it through nicely. Noborozito tries to catch them out at a narrow angle. I think Sagan might have had it covered. Kengo Nakamura goes corner, headed away easily by Arano, under no pressure either. They look it back into the area. Fukumori's clearance drops! And the shot from Miyashiro takes the deflection, and Sagano gathers. Another steal from Komai. Marvellous work once more. Is this going to be for 3? Komai drags it just wide. Miyashiro will get this back. Miyashiro, that's a nice threaded through ball to Maitoma. Sagano makes another save. But it's all too little too late, but at least they're making Takanori Sagano work. Sort of a couple of months ago, but it's not turned out like that. Oh, that's a mistake from Arano, and Sagano somehow preserves the clean sheet. Fukumori and Arano in all kinds of twists and turns there, and Altanaka has been denied by Sagano. It's a good delivery, heads are up, Sagano saved it, and then the rebound can't be put home by Kuramaya, I think it was. Well, the closest they've come to scoring has been in injury time. Kuramaya just couldn't pick up the pieces and get his foot around that ball. Last chance for Frontale to get a consolation goal. It's not come. And Sapporo could be in at the other end. It's Anderson Lopez again. Anderson Lopez, this is going to go to Douglas. This is his 3rd J1 goal. He should have scored. He hits it straight at Jung Rong, who got down and blocked it well. The referee Yuichi Nishimura now just waiting for a suitable time to blow the final whistle, and he's found it there. Well, the champions-elect have lost just their 2nd game in the league all season, their 1st home game of the season lost in the league to a Consadole Sapporo side who finally followed through with the glimpses of fine play that we know they can show. It's finished here, Kawasaki Frontale 0, Sapporo 2.
After Nagoya's draw in Sagan, both Osakan clubs had a chance to capitalise. Gamba with a slight edge over their rivals, and the best chance of the title should Kawasaki slip up. For Cerezo, their title hopes were diminishing in a distant 4th place, and will be looking to stake their claim as Kings of Osaka for a 2nd time this season. Here's Shazad Haq.
Sakamoto trying to pull it back. Desabato's shot is blocked. Desperate defending at times. It was Suganuma who was in the way. Patrick does some good defensive work, and the shot not all that far away. Sakamoto having a go, just screwing it wide. Coming forward, Fujita. Now Maruhashi. Oh, it's a good ball. Not all that far away from Toyokawa, who beats the ground in frustration at how close he got. It's a lovely ball in from Maruhashi. And he's really close, isn't he? Pull back there, wonderful goal. Really well done. Firstly by Patrick, and then by Itaguchi. And you could argue against the run of play that Gamba Osaka have taken the lead. They went for the direct approach, and it has worked here. Onside here, Patrick did really well. Drew in some defenders, had a bit of luck, the ball came off Riku Matsuda, but that's what is good old centre-forward type of work. Held the ball up well, laid it off for Itaguchi, though it did come off a big deflection. Still have work to do here, didn't it? But a big deflection off Riku Matsuda. This was great work from him, good control. Actually, he was looking for Shukurata. That doesn't matter. It's Itaguchi who's given the lead to Gamba Osaka. Oh, it's a great chance. On the rebound, they get the goal. I've looked up for the flag, that's not coming. And Yuta Toyokawa immediately hits back. It took just a minute, didn't it? And look what it means. Off the free kick, he was in a really good position. Kimoto hit it well, maybe a little too well. And he was the quickest to react. Had to adjust himself really well, Toyokawa. Well, we have got a game in our hands now, don't we? It didn't help that Itaguchi perhaps fell over his goalkeeper in trying to defend. We have got goals. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, he's done really well here, Toyokawa. Surely now, oh dear. What an opportunity, he knows it. Fujita, right in front of goal, fluffs his lines. They tore open the defence here. Great ball here from Toyokawa. Lovely dummy from Kiyotake. He can't believe it either. And it's an apology from Fujita. Desabato. Now Patrick on the ball again here for Gamba. Did well. Towards Takashi Usami, surely now! Oh, it's a good save. In a point-blank position, Takashi Usami could have given Gamba the lead. Here's Takao, or Onose rather. Not sure Kurata quite expected that. It's a bit of a scramble at the moment, really good work from Kurata. Oh, it needed to be a better shot, didn't it, from Usami. They've got themselves in all kinds of trouble here, Cerezo trying to clear their lines. Nice ball through, Kakitani was thwarted by Miura. Good ball through from Matsuda, lovely ball from him actually. Oh, that would have been a glorious effort. Kiyotake executed that bicycle kick so nicely, but it was wide. No chance for Higashiguchi if that was on target. And the referee has finally seen enough. What a fantastic game of football we've had here today. It's Cerezo Osaka 1, Gamba Osaka 1.
We'll be right back with the J1 League Goal Zone Show, and when we do, it's time for a shocker in Shizuoka. We have it all here, highlights and goals from the best in Japan. This is the J1 League Goal Zone Show. The Marinos took to the pitch for their rearranged game with the Antlers and wasted no time bossing the contest.
Koike, oh, it set that one up beautifully! Opening goal, Kota Mitsunuma, just his second for Yokohama Marinos. And in a flash, they just came forward and burst right through. Kashima Antlers here, space opening up for Eric. Junior Santos asked for the ball to be played square. It is to the Brazilian, who tried to roll it right through, and Eric's found a loose ball, and Eric scored. 2-0, yet again, just like the first goal, in a flash, they just come right at you, and it's blue all over the park, all of a sudden, in the land of white.
After losing out to Nagoya by the same scoreline a few short days earlier, Kashima were determined to make amends, and boy, did they right the ship.
Shomadoi, that's a lovely ball played inside. Oh, what a take that one was! What a goal! Absolutely brilliant, Ayase Ueda. This boy is special. His first real involvement, Shomadoi. We said that he needed to get a lot more involved in this game. Well, finally, has decided to come alive, and he's found quite a superb ball all the way to Oita. Still had a lot to do, and that finish was as explosive. Vissel. Not the best of passes, not the best of touches from Matsubara, has gifted it to Everaldo! Spitfire! All venom, all placement, all Brazilian quality. Right back in the game. You can't say that it's undeserved. It was a mistake from Matsubara, but Everaldo still had a lot to do from almost 30 yards out, and he just screamed it in. That would have scared your children. What a strike that one was.
Not content with just a point, the Antlers took this game by the horns, and just when you thought things couldn't get much worse for the reigning champions, Yasushi Endo completed the misery for Ange Postecoglou's team.
Sho Ito given room to pick across, and he finds a lovely one to Endo! What a way to open your accounts this season. Yasushi Endo, on his 375th J-League appearance, scores one of his special goals. It's 3 brilliant goals from Kashima Antlers, and they've come back from that 2-goal deficit to lead this one by 3-2 with just 6 minutes remaining.
A brilliant comeback and an important 3 points for the Antlers as they continue their push towards the top 3. A new gaffer in town taking over a tough situation in Shimizu, with the club having only won once in their last 16. Hiroaki Hiraoka would be hoping to replicate the fortunes of their opponents Vissel Kobe, the only other team in the league to have had a managerial shift mid-season, and they tasted 4 straight victories after that. An early strike from Shimizu's Kenta Nishizawa. It took a deflection, but in the end no trouble for the goalkeeper. A strong candidate for goal of the week in the 33rd minute, Hotaru Yamaguchi from the edge of the box, side-footing that one through the defenders and in at the far post. Into the second half, Yusuke Goto tries a stinging right-footed curling shot, tipped away by the goalkeeper, Daya Maikawa. On the hour mark, Shimizu found their equaliser. Direct from the corner, Valdo powers his way in and heads that one home. Looking to go back in front 4 minutes later, Dankler's effort from 30 yards, turned away by the keeper. With 15 minutes left to play, Shimizu took the lead. Elsinho, with plenty of space on the far side, was allowed a heavy touch, but then slammed that one home for 2-1. 8 minutes left and Yuito Suzuki with a great chance. With Keita Nakamura on the left and begging for the ball, Suzuki went for it himself and couldn't finish. But they would get that third goal just 5 minutes later. Takashi Kanai rising highest to head home the dead ball. Shimizu win this one by 3-1. Yokohama hadn't found the back of the net in their previous 2 games and were up against Oita, an equally troubled opponent that had only managed to score once in 4. Their previous meeting only generated the 1 goal, and it would seem destined to head down a similar path. It turned out to be quite the opposite though. Yuki Kobayashi skying that one for Yokohama 15 minutes in from a cleverly worked free kick. Big early push from Yokohama, Katsuhiro Nakayama seeing his efforts saved by Shun Tagaki just 1 minute later. The first goal came just before the half-hour mark. Masakatsu Tashiro with the long leg, a suspicion of handball that even the replay couldn't clarify. Three minutes later and Yokohama pressed again. Tatsuki Seiko with a super cross, Kosuke Saito with a bullet header, and that's 2-0. But more good head work brought Oita back into this one just a minute before the half. Toshio Shimakawa rising highest. 73rd minute now, and the ball will eventually fall to Tomoki Iwata. His shot through a crowded penalty area, bringing off a good save from Yuji Rokutan. But 15 minutes later, Rokutan would be confounded by a deflection after Kei Shinen swiveled and shot. That's 2-2. 1 minute into injury time, and Yokohama's Yutaro Hakamata literally putting his body on the line, blocking Shinan's shot from outside the box. Shinen would have another chance 1 minute later after a lovely flick from Nomura, but skying that one. But there was still time for a late winner. The lofted cross sent in, and Tatsuya Tanaka rises to get a late winner for the away team. After sharing the spoils with Vegalta in the last round, Sanfrecce looked to dust themselves down as they faced Urawa. The visitors also coming off a goalless affair in Oita. Both sides in a hurry for more points as they work their way upwards. And Urawa greeted the game with a very tasty goal just 3 minutes in. Super ball in from Martinus, Shinzo Kuroki with a lovely first touch and strike. Sanfrecce couldn't quite get their sights set for an early equaliser though, Yuya Asano scuffing that one wide. Still searching for an equaliser 8 minutes later, good jump from Leandro Pereira, but he couldn't head that one on target. That equaliser very nearly came in the 23rd minute. Sho Sasaki's shot takes a deflection by going through the legs of the defender. Shusako Nishikawa in goal just about held himself together to make the stop. 4 minutes into the second half and a strong run from Martinus, but it wasn't met with a cool enough finish, and you can see the frustration. Sanfrecce still looking for that equaliser. Toshihiro Aoyama heading into the goalkeeper's arms in the 68th minute. But then 8 minutes later it finally came. Aoyama playing the ball into the box and trust Pereira to have a cool head at the right time. And with 8 minutes left they had half a chance for the winner. The cross picks out Douglas Vieira, but he couldn't quite pick out the back of the net. Six matches played in round 26 then. Nagoya were held to a goalless draw at Sagan, but the shock result of the round surely took place at the Todoroki Stadium. Kawasaki losing by 2-0 to Consadole Sapporo. Nothing to separate the two sides in the Osaka Derby, both clubs coming away with a point. Another surprise of the round, Shimizu finally pulling out a victory after 8 games, running out 3-1 winners over Kobe. Yokohama failed to hold on to a 2-goal lead, and Oita eventually stole the points with an injury time winner after a dramatic 5-goal contest. So the league leaders finally taste defeat once more after setting a new club record of 12 straight wins. But they still have plenty of points to spare, holding a comfortable 16-point gap with 8 games remaining. Their rivals missed the opportunity to capitalise on that rare slip-up, but the race is still red hot for second and third in the table. No movement in the bottom half, and with just a handful of games left for some before it all ends, perhaps some of these clubs will do better to look ahead to next season. New management at Shimizu brings about new fortunes, precious notch in the W column, and that's their 4th of the season. Finally, a glimmer of positivity as they stumble towards the end of the season. 240 games played, 702 goals already notched this season. We'll have more for you next time. I'm Steve Dawson, and we'll see you again on the J1 League Goal Zone Show.